He's big, dude.
Yeah.
When I interview him in the cage afterwards, I'm always like, how?
Really?
How are you 155?
They said that Islam Makhachev would get the title shot up at 170 if you won this belt tonight. What do you think about that?
I think it's a beautiful challenge, you know, he's pound for pound #1. I'm going to get him back for Volk.
One of the most dominant champions in UFC history is now aiming to become a two-division king. Islam Makhachev, the long-reigning ruler of the lightweight division, has vacated his title and gone all in.
It does seem like Islam's on Twitter already saying it's time to be double champion and all the rest of it, so it seems like you are the fight he wants. Do you think that's the one that makes the most sense?
The entire world underestimated Jack, and now he stands as the new UFC champion. Jack Della Maddalena is being hailed as the best fighter on the planet. But what are his chances against the former pound-for-pound king?
If Islam Makhachev loses to Jack, does he drop back down to 55 and challenge for the championship, or does he walk away forever?
Is Makhachev biting off more than he can chew?
No, come get it. Come get it.
Right, you see him exceed all the, break through the glass ceiling. Everything that we had done and said, he has shattered him completely and taken this thing to a level that nobody was ever able to reach.
Few could have predicted the storm that was brewing after Khabib Nurmagomedov's shocking retirement. The Dagestani Eagle had conquered every mountain in the sport. Mountains no one thought could ever be climbed again.
We've never seen dominance like this. He's never been cut. He's never been dropped. We have never been in a Khabib Nurmagomedov fight and thought, oh my God, he might lose.
At first, fighters from Khabib's camp failed to spark much excitement among fans, and the one man seen as Khabib's successor lost early in his career.
For this fight, I think nobody can stop me. It's very dangerous because small gloves, every punch is gonna be dangerous. That's why I'm changing a lot after this fight. But this is lucky punch 100%. After this fight, he never wins.
Casting doubt on his potential. But once the Dagestani king stepped away from the throne, the lightweight division became a shark tank. A savage battlefield where monsters like Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, Tony Ferguson, and Charles Oliveira were all out to prove who the real king of the jungle was.
Gaethje back to work on the leg kick, landed a right hand. Oh! Big knockdown with a right for Oliveira. Oh my God, trying to transition to the back.
This is not
Gaethje's out.
He can't let him take his back. Oh, he's got the choke. He's got the choke. It's over. It's over.
It's over. Oliveira's under the chin.
Oh my goodness.
Switches up the grip.
He's gonna go to sleep. Oh my
that
goodness.
That is gonna do it.
This dude right
Who
here,
can
man.
stop Charles Oliveira? 11 in a row, and still the best lightweight on planet Earth.
Win streak, right? It's the second longest in lightweight history behind Khabib. He's got the record for most finishes in UFC history. He's got the record for most submissions in UFC history. He's tied for overall UFC post-fight bonuses. He's got the most Performance of the Nights awards in UFC history, most submissions in both UFC lightweight and featherweight history. The guy's a record machine.
Charles Oliveira, the new king of the lightweight division. A man who dismantled every contender in his path. He saw no equals and looked destined to become one of the greatest champions in the division's history, if not for one crucial but.
Mixed martial arts at its finest. UFC 280 for 12% off today and tomorrow.
Oliveira takes him to the ground here. Now, Makhachev said he would take him down here. Not many people are willing to play this game with Charles Oliveira. Islam said he is not afraid. Islam stacking him. Got to make sure the hips are covered.
Charles Oliveira got his hand off the top of the octagon and now taken down.
Nice step through there by Makhachev.
Makhachev keeping that elbow on the chin of Oliveira, now tries to posture up. Charles swivels a hip. Look to land it up kick. Investment doesn't even begin to describe it when it comes to Makhachev's career and his involvement. Oh, another nice stick there by Makhachev early round.
Don't allow Makhachev to get close.
Charles trying to get his own takedown.
And as the fight goes longer, Oliveira will gain confidence, but Makhachev is a good striker. I know he's not known for it, but he has tremendous stand-up skills. I think he's just aware of the takedowns coming in his direction.
I think Oliveira would... Oh! Knocked out from Makhachev!
He's got the arm triangle.
the man who had long remained in the shadows of Khabib finally stepped into the light.
Here we go. Green for the next champ. Islam Makhachev, the powerful one. Let's go.
Feel good. I have to sweating more today because morning I'm rest, do a lot of media, all this stuff.
Champion, dominant champion, submitting everybody, underdog. That's how good Islam is.
The heir to the Dagestani Eagle was ready to carve his own legacy and follow in the footsteps of his legendary mentor. Few knew his name, but fighters and experts alike understood just how dangerous this quiet assassin truly was. Islam Makhachev made history, finishing a prime Charles Oliveira, who was riding a 13-fight win streak in just 2 rounds. But simply being champion wasn't enough. Makhachev wanted more. He set his sights on greatness and threw down a sensational challenge to the reigning pound-for-pound king.
Islam Makhachev is one of the great heels in this sport. Islam, and speaking about dealing with Charles specifically, said there's too many black belts in this sport. I cannot believe how many people have a black belt. A lot of people need to give their black belt back. The media, they went right on this. Hey, what do you mean by that? Islam said, I don't have a black belt. I grapple all the time. But I can destroy all these guys that do. Not just I can destroy them at fighting, I can tap them out. They will never tap me out. They can start in any position they want. I will get out of the position and I will then beat them on the ground. And see, I wish he would have stayed on that to where he would tell his opponents, I will bring the gold belt and I'll put it up. That means if you beat me, you take the belt. But I want you to bring your black belt. If I beat you, you give it back. You give it to your professor. You say, I'm not a black belt. And you go back to brown.
But in the octagon came Alex Volkanovski. And you talk about fighting him in February for that belt that you just earned. What do you think about a matchup with Volk?
This guy is so small. I'm gonna stop this guy. Like what I did couple minutes ago, I can do the same things. Take them down and finish him there. Because I know this guy is so small, he's not my level.
But the Australian wasn't as small or as simple as he seemed. Alexander Volkanovski brought the fight of a lifetime, pushing Islam to the limit in a razor-close battle that left fans divided.
Volkanovski, without question, realized he had a very tough opponent, that this was going to be an insanely hard night at the office.
No one expected that kind of performance from Volkanovski. He brought out the very best version of himself and nearly ended Makhachev's win streak. The MMA world demanded a rematch, and so the clash between the Aussie and the Dagestani turned into a thrilling, high-stakes duology, one that ended with a far more dominant performance from Makhachev in their second meeting.
Do you realize that in a Saturday night you will be fight with another Islam Makhachev? He will be stronger, he will be tougher than he was in Australia.
Why? Because, why?
Because he is in a better shape in February.
Why, you're telling me that him rehydrating for 30-something hours isn't enough? He's going to be stronger with 40 hours? Is that really what we're relying on over here? You don't back your skills? I don't get it. I don't get it. I back my skills. That's the difference. I really don't get it.
I show you everything.
You're going to show what?
Be patient. I show you.
Yeah, what's that?
I show you my power and everything Saturday night.
Black and gold befitting a champion. Inside leg kick early for Makhachev.
I think the idea that he was going to finish Volkanovski made him start a little faster than he normally does.
In that first fight, that was the first shot.
Yeah, you heard Volk say, right away.
Volkanovski's defensive wrestling was a big factor in that first fight. Blood in there somewhere, guys.
Makhachev has landed some really good kicks this round.
Well, I suppose if any fighter could weaponize pace and cardio without a training camp, it would be Volkanovski, but that does figure to be a tough proposition. Oh! Kick from Makhachev!
pound-for-pound king was dead. Long live the king. Islam Makhachev destroyed the Australian, taking his #1 spot in the rankings, and sending him into a long, uncertain silence. As Makhachev basked in glory and collected praise from the world, Australia was left without its once unstoppable champion.
On episode 3 of the past season of The Contender, we saw an outstanding performance from Australia's Jack Della Maddalena. He went out there and battered Ange Lusa from pillar to post, all 3 rounds, a clean sweep on the scorecards. And when you saw this guy fight, you knew that he was going to get a contract, and get a contract he did, and he will be having his first fight in the UFC, taking on the undefeated Pete Rodriguez.
But at that very moment in Australia, someone else was quietly rising, a man destined to become a champion. Jack Della Maddalena burst into the UFC with fire, boldly declaring his intention to claim the belt. He wasn't fazed by names like Kamaru Usman, Leon Edwards, or Belal Muhammad. Jack was ruthless, carving his path to the title with blood and grit.
Pretty keen. I was pretty keen to fight anyone, really. I'd come this far, so I was ready to go. And yeah, those names sounded cool. There was also Chris Curtis that was there, and it was never actually offered to me. I just saw the names saying that they would step up, so it sounded good to me, and I thought possibly it might be at a heavier weight, so I started eating a little bit more, but
oh no,
none of them actually came to.
From the very start, the road was rough. The top-ranked contenders in the welterweight division didn't want to fight him. His sharp boxing and devastating power posed a serious threat, even to the elite. But one man made a mistake and stepped in against the Australian killer. Gilbert Burns, known for his own knockout power, thought he could handle the storm. But that night, he was not ready for the terrifying reality of Jack Della Maddalena.
Nice shot by Gilbert. Beautiful level change by Mourinho.
Big right hand from Burns late in the round.
More power shots, and if that possibly leaves him exposed to a takedown attempt.
Oh, and kicking a good counter right from Della Maddalena.
Big shots by Della Maddalena.
Trying to get his foot to the mat. Gilbert's attacking the top of the knee. Maddalena's decision to try that kick. Oh, he got away.
He rolled out of it. He rolled out of it. Beautiful job by Jack. I see the body.
Right knee from Della Maddalena.
Gilbert's hurt.
Oh, Burns covered up and now elbows. Della Maddalena can smell the finish.
Oh my goodness.
Burns trying to survive the final minute plus.
That's it. That's it.
17 in a row for Jack Della Maddalena. Welcome to the top 5.
Huge moment for Jack Della Maddalena.
Wow.
To be able to get out of that position, turn it around, hurt Gilbert Burns and stop him.
He knew that Gilbert was going to shoot again, and he just threw that knee right up the middle.
That win over Burns was far more than just a flashy knockout. While the division's top 3 were busy fighting amongst themselves, Jack was quietly cleaning house, stealing souls and shutting down rising prospects one by one. His victory over Burns became undeniable proof. Jack was ready to issue the toughest challenge the champion had ever faced.
Yeah, it's a big one for me. You know, he's a top 5. I think this is. I mean, I feel like if you can't beat Gilbert Burns, you can't become a world champion. So my plan is to beat Gilbert Burns and prove that I belong in the top 5.
Come hook or crook on Leon. You're goddamn right he should be fighting for the world championship.
Yes, Belal Muhammad had been dominating in recent fights, but let's be honest, his grinding wrestling and uneventful striking weren't exactly fan favorites. He didn't capture the crowd, he didn't spark the imagination. UFC brass saw Jack Della Maddalena as the fresh blood the division desperately needed. A fighter who could revive the welterweight division and captivate fans worldwide.
Yeah, I think he hasn't fought someone like me. I've fought people like him my whole career. He's never fought someone like me.
So my eyes are locked on him. He's my bullseye right now, and that's all I'm worried about.
But this fight carried far more weight than just the gold. Jack knew that sooner or later he would have to face a threat far greater than Belal Muhammad.
So did Islam Makhachev, to be fair. He wasn't bothered who it was. He said, listen, I'm the champion. I'm here to fight the best. He went out there. He beat Moicano, who was on an absolute roll, destroyed Benoit Saint-Denis, and I thought he'd give him a good run. Well, it turns out Islam Makhachev is just that guy.
They were well-rounded enough because you try to pressure him standing, he takes you down.
If you try to, you know, apply some jiu-jitsu, his wrestling's so good he doesn't allow you. So from what I've seen, they haven't been able to put pressure on him because they don't have enough skills, the well-roundedness required to do that, and I think I'm the guy to do that.
Islam Makhachev was determined to become a double champion, but the road ahead was far from easy. First, he defended his lightweight belt against a true legend of the sport, Dustin Poirier. The two delivered an instant classic, a 5-round war that became a leading candidate for Fight of the Year. Makhachev sealed the victory with a submission, adding a legendary name to his resume and further cementing his legacy.
Oh, wow. That was nasty. Oh, guillotine.
Looking for a Darce.
Yeah, looking for a Darce. Dustin's got to be careful here. Oh, that's tight.
Oh, it's out! Islam Makhachev with a submission in round 5. The throne remains in Makhachev.
Next in line was Arman Tsarukyan, a highly anticipated matchup that fans had been waiting for. But just days before the fight, Arman pulled out. Makhachev was offered a dangerous late replacement, a surging contender on a 3-fight win streak. And like a true champion, Islam didn't hesitate for a second.
I will say yes because I training last 3 months for the fight, not just for one opponent, for the fight, no matter who is gonna be. That's why for me it's okay.
What did Islam do in this fight and maybe his previous fight that you looked at and said that puts him number 1?
Yeah, I mean, Islam was willing to fight anybody. You know, he stayed active and he went out tonight and performed the way a guy should on a short notice fight when you are the best in the world and you're the champion.
I cannot fight with number 10 and give like some close fight or take some damage, you know. That's why I'm a best fighter in the world and I'm finishing first round.
But the biggest shock came after the fight. Makhachev made a bold, almost arrogant declaration, one that shook the MMA world.
Yeah, I can be 3 divisions also. Just give me the chance, that's it. I will fight with the Duplessis. If they give me the chance, I will fight with him also. I swear, if Dana White send me contract, I will fight with him also.
Due to religious reasons, Islam couldn't face Belal Muhammad for the welterweight title. That left him with 2 options: wait for Belal's retirement or leap over an entire weight class. But the Australian wasn't going to make that leap easy. Jack Della and Maddalena pulled off a stunning upset, dismantling the reigning champion with surgical precision.
Obviously, I think Islam's, what he's done is probably given him, I think he deserves a shot if he wants to step up, but I guess that's not my call. It's up to the UFC.
And now, after twists of fate, spilled blood, and unforgettable victories, we have 2 of the best fighters from neighboring divisions. 2 electrifying champions with contrasting styles and a track record of thrilling fights.
This sport is very different without Islam. It really is. Islam represents, and it's a massive umbrella.
Solidifying myself as the best guy in this generation and the best welterweight ever.
For the first time in his career, Makhachev is moving up in weight.
Islam's fucking huge.
Yeah. Will this be a masterstroke or a fatal mistake? Can Jack hold on to his title, or will Islam claim the throne in a second division? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you later.